welcome to my Treehouse of Horror review series. So, I grew up watching The Simpsons like a lot of you probably, so naturally my favorite episodes of The Simpsons were and still are the Treehouse of Horror episodes, which is what they title their Halloween special for each season. Starting in September every year, I rewatch these, so this time I thought I'd review them and we'd do a ranking of all of them at the end. So I'll be ranking each of the 3 segments of each episode based on the story, how funny it is, and how well the horror Halloween theme comes through on a scale of 1 to 10. I'll be ranking the unique intro to each episode on a scale of 1 to 5, and then we'll add it all up at the end, and I'll tell you which are the best to watch. Alright, let's get started. Today we are watching Treehouse of Horror number 29, of season 30, which aired in 2018. And there will be spoilers for this episode. That's kind of a weird thing to care about for me, for The Simpsons. I mean, it's not like anything that happens in Treehouse of Horror affects the rest of the series or anything. So, but, you know, if it bothers you, that is your warning. And, you know, we're starting not with the most recent, but close. Yeah, this one could be kind of rough. I mean, the series has been on the air for, 32 seasons now, so they're bound to have some misses there. Alright, so first let's talk about the intro. Alright, so we got a graveyard intro with, you know, a few jokes on some of the gravestones. Pretty standard. Not sure how well some of those are going to age. Like, they have one that says watermelon Oreos, which, yeah. They also have one that says ESPN. This was in 2018. Did ESPN go away? I mean, not that I would know, but I'm pretty sure it's still a thing. I guess that's just, it was in trouble or something. I did think it was kind of funny. They had the one guy, and he was at his wife's grave, and he was sad, and then he was at his secret wife's grave and he was really sad, but then he was at his beloved boat's grave, which had a way bigger tombstone, and he was just like crying uncontrollably. And this intro has like a little seaside theme, so that made me laugh a little bit. And also guys with boats, it's a thing. So in this intro, the Simpsons are on vacation in Fogberryport, which is like a little spooky seaside town. Definitely John Carpenter's The Fog vibe. So the townspeople are going to sacrifice Homer to Cthulhu, so we got some Lovecraft in there also. But Homer challenges him to an eating contest, and of course beats him. And then the ending is, you know, kind of sort of dark. It's good. I'm actually going to give it a 5 out of 5. It's got a couple of jokes that made me chuckle. It's got, like, spooky townspeople, monsters, it's got a creepy atmosphere. Yeah, it was good. 5 out of 5. Alright, so the first section is called Intrusion of the Potty Switchers, which is just a terrible name. It's like this weird commentary on how we're obsessed with technology, and also an Invasion of the Body Snatchers parody, which I haven't seen in years, and I think I saw the bad one. I don't know what the good one is, but I think I saw the one with Nicole Kidman, but I don't remember it. Yeah, so the Body Snatchers in this case are like plant alien things called pod people, and they're trying to link up the whole pod people and iPod thing, which I don't really know who had an iPod in 2018. So the pod people are taking the people of Springfield's bodies and turning them into mindless killing alien things. Okay, so humor, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10. I don't think I laughed one time. Halloween horror, I'll give it a 4 out of 10. It is a parody of a horror movie. And the whole, like, blinded by technology thing, that's not a bad concept. It feels a little Twilight Zone-y, which is a good thing. But I don't think it was executed well. And the townspeople do turn into, like, zombie things that come out of, like, plant pod stuff. So, yeah, 4 out of 10 for horror. Story, it was definitely lacking. I thought they missed an opportunity at the end to sort of like parallel a pretty big sci-fi theme. At the end, it turns out that the pod people are taking the consciousness out of the bodies and bringing them to like a utopian society, so they're like good guys. And then the pod people start like telling Lisa how everything is perfect and people all move as one here and we're united. And her face kind of starts to like fall, and I think she's just getting bored. But you would think they would end on a sort of like a horror note with them realizing that the seemingly perfect society is boring and lifeless, but like in like a Simpsons type way. Maybe I'm thinking too much. I don't know. But no, they just kind of go for like this low-hanging fruit joke of them all just finding smartphones under a Christmas tree because the pod people are like plant people and the Christmas tree, and yeah. All right, 2 out of 10 for story. Okay, so the second segment is called Multiplicity. So it's like multiplicity, but it's got Lisa's name in it. It's not great. It's a split parody with Lisa as like the James McAvoy character, which is just the one with a bunch of different personalities in the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, that's not a spoiler. You can see it in the previews. So she's the one with the multiple personalities. She kidnaps Milhouse, Bart, and Nelson. I just can't believe in a series that is known for one actor playing multiple parts that they didn't take advantage of that. Like, instead of Lisa as the one with the split personalities, why not one of like Dan Castaneda's characters? So Dan Castaneda does Homer, Grandpa Simpson, Barney, Krusty, Sideshow Mel, Groundskeeper Willie, Mayor Quimby, and the Mole Man guy. Oh, or Hank Azaria, who does Mo, Apu, Chief Wiggum, the comic book guy, and Snake. Like, why not have like you could have Homer be the one with the split personalities, and he could like come back in the room dressed as Barney doing Barney's voice. And then they could have like commented on it like, oh man, his impressions are spot on, or some kind of on the nose sort of comedy thing like that. But no, they didn't do that. And Lisa, I mean, I like Lisa as a character a lot. I like all the Simpson family, but she didn't do well. It was like the worst part was her. Okay, so humor, 1 out of 10. I didn't laugh at all. It was like the most like predictable jokes. Halloween horror, I gave it a 3 out of 10. There's some like horror imagery. The horror imagery doesn't necessarily go with the story. I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with Split, and I don't know why, but it's there. And story, I gave it a 2 out of 10 because it was lame. I feel like I'm being really mean. I promise. There are going to be plenty of episodes that I love. Alright, so the third segment is a parody of Jurassic Park called Geriatric Park, where instead of dinosaurs, they like make an island for senior citizens where they like did some vague science thing and made them healthier. But then Homer turns up the thermostat and they all turn into dinosaurs for some reason. I don't need much logic in a Simpsons episode, but this makes no sense. Humor, 1 out of 10. Halloween horror elements, 1 out of 10. And I get the 1 out of 10 on the Halloween horror elements because they do a Jurassic Park theme and they don't have a T-Rex. Seriously? Like, there's a pink one with stripes. Maybe that's supposed to be it, but no. Story, 1 out of 10. What? Why would they make senior citizens healthy, but then when they get warmer, they turn into dinosaurs. Like, what? No. So the only thing I actually even sort of liked was Burns being John Hammond. Like, I saw that, like, that's an idea. Like, oh, we can do a Jurassic Park parody and have Burns be like the John Hammond character. But I feel like that's all they had. Like, the rest of it was just like, they made one writer come in on a Sunday and, you know, he was meeting his dad later that day for dinner. So he had to hurry, and he just kind of like slopped the rest of it together. Oh, and then when the professor is like, the raptors, you know, which were previously like old people that worked in the lab, I guess. Or maybe they didn't work in the lab. They just were other old people. And they were quartering him, and he's like, you can't kill me, I'm your creator. And the dinosaurs just like agree and then walk off. That's the only reason it got like a 1 out of 10 for humor. Yeah, so that was the review for that episode. I should have another one up soon. They will mostly be in order, but right now I'm doing the ones that I have access to on Disney Plus, so you can watch this one on Disney Plus. And then I'll try to do the new one when it comes out this year, and you know, as I get the other ones, but I'll start working backwards with the ones on Disney Plus now. Yeah, like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought, if you think I'm wrong or if I'm being too mean. Okay, oh, I need to add up the score. Hang on. Yeah, so this ended up with 21 points out of a possible 95, because I do 30 for each segment, 10 for humor, 10 for the Halloween horror element, and 10 for the story, then plus a maximum of 5 for the intro. So yeah, we got 21 out of 95. Good times. Bye.